Good afternoon, everyone. Praise ye the Lord. And I'm about to talk about an interview that took place on V103, hip hop R&B radio station in Atlanta, on the Frank and Wanda show in the morning with Jackie Presley, the mistress or the woman that Dr. Gregory Lunsford supposedly cheated with or did something with. And he did an interview on that station like last week, and she did one this week. Okay, now Dr. Gregory Lunsford is married to Quad from Married to Medicine, and if you watch that show, then you know how Quad was really suffering in her divorce. And she was saying that he cheated on her, and that the lady, Jackie Presley, was trying to extort him. Wow. The issue that I have with the whole story is that women say we always take the woman's side. The men's side. We never blame the man. We always go after the woman. That is true. And the reason that is true is because when you find out that there is another party involved, you will call the woman on some woman to woman, let her know what it is. He has a whole girlfriend, wifey or baby mama situation, fall back. You know what I'm saying? It's like now you claiming your territory. Before you did not know, but now that you know, please respect that. I understand he lied to you. Men do lie. Men do cheat. Men will tell you anything and everything to get up in that cooch, that cachet. That's a fact. Okay? But the issue that I have with this sister is this. I feel like she targeted this man. She said she didn't know who he was. She Googled him after the fact. That's how she knew who he was, okay? She said that he told her he was not married and that he was not wearing a ring, okay? She said that he was acting like, oh, I take care of women. And he probably did say all those things because, at that point in his relationship, he wasn't having sex with his wife. So, of course, he was thirsty. It don't take much. You probably could have blew in his ear and he would have stood up. You understand? Because he was hot. So, for him to link up with his friend, he had intentions. He was seeking some intimate pleasure. I believe that. You understand? She claimed that she didn't know who Dr. Gregory Lunsford was. You understand? The way she found out was when the bill came to the hotel room. But also in that interview, she also said he had went in, brought the room. So if the room was already paid for, okay, all you had to do, mama, is get up and leave. It's paid for. You understand? You didn't have to come out your pocket. You understand? People said, oh, she wasn't trying to extort him. You know what I'm saying? I believe she was. Okay? $1,500 isn't a lot of money. But if you running around charging a man $1,500 for head oral sex and he didn't pay you and he played you, why you would not try to extort him? She could have said rape, but she didn't. Because what everyone failed to realize is this woman, I don't believe her. I just really truly don't. I think she had bad intents. And I think she targeted him. And the reason I say this is because, one, she was in a medical field. Well, let's go back. Where she hang out at? Buckhead. Everyone in the world know Buckhead is where the money is at. There's a lot of celebrities, a lot of entertainers, a lot of business professionals. You know that when you go to certain parts of town, what it is. Okay? So, because she could have easily went down to the local bar or wherever else that be popping and jumping. If your intent is just to go out, have fun, dance, have a couple of drinks and go back home, you go to the nearest bar popping. You won't go all the way across town. Okay, she travels. You know, she like to hang out with her friends and have fun. You know, she's a medical assistant, and she's been in that field for 8 years, and she's also in school studying to be a psychiatrist. Bingo. You link up with a man you don't know, because I guess he's in a certain area. You know about that area and the men that hang there, so you had to figure like, oh, he's somebody. I don't know who he is, but I'm about to come up tonight, because that's how I would be thinking. You understand? If I'm going in certain places, I'm like, all right, it's money on the north, south, east, and west. It's up in here. You understand? So she's a beautiful young lady, and you know, someone says she looks like Quad. She do favor Quad, and most times they do go and get someone that look similar to their girls. That's just what men do, you know. But the sister, I think she's been watching a little bit of Love and Hip Hop too much, because that reminds me of the episode with Shooter and his wife. I can't think of her name, but when he was messing with the assistant and she kept blackmailing him, okay, and then she was running her mouth, and her homegirl told on, you know, what it was. She told out of anger, but she still let her know this is what's happening. You understand? I say it was convenience. You understand? And it was convenience. Now, this chick, man, she said, I call Quad because HIV is running rampant in Atlanta. Okay, that's why you called the lady? Is that why you decided to inform her that her husband wanted to have sex with you without using a condom? Okay, that doesn't make sense. You understand? The reason I feel like she's not credible, she's not a sound woman, and she had some ill intent, is because, one, you going to school, you doing all of that. Why would you ever put yourself in that position? Why would you ever put yourself in that position to end up in a hotel with a stranger, a man on a first basis name? You don't even know if that's his real name. Okay? And then you end up giving him oral sex, because she was like, you know, they kiss, they talk, they had oral sex, foreplay and oral sex. So it was getting hot and heavy up in there. You understand? After he got his winky sucked, he was off that. And now I believe that's what it was. And then she was like, oh, you want to try to play me? And, you know, that's when she really started kicking her diabolical plan into action. This young lady, man, I was like, I would give her the benefit of the doubt if it was innocent, if her story even sound believable. But it doesn't sound believable, because no virtuous woman would ever put themselves in that situation, married or not. If you working for your money and your life is doing so great, you could have got killed, girl. You didn't know this man. You was on a first name basis. He could have gave you herpes. You just didn't know. You just putting your mouth on his wee-wee and you cool with that? Come on, man. You couldn't have called Quad because you was genuinely concerned. I just don't believe that. Because you know what? You said you didn't know who he was. You said you didn't watch the show Married to Medicine. But how do you be in that field and that's the Poppin' Black show? Like, that show's very popular and you don't know. You didn't see where these women took their careers. Not everyone was married to a doctor, but there were doctors on there. So how come you didn't say, maybe I could do something with this. Maybe I could get on this show. You had to know who Quad is. You went for the weakest link, just like Jackie, Dr. Jackie's husband, and also Simone's too. You understand? Because he couldn't tell Simone that he loved her, but he could tell the friend that he loved her. She was like a sister. I don't know what that was about. I'm assuming Dr. Simone's husband cheated on her. I'm assuming that. That I do not know. But I know for a fact Jackie's husband cheated. You understand? And oh boy, he's suspect. Dr. Gregory, he's suspect. You understand? Now, I'm Team Quad. I'm Team woman to woman on some real. Not, because I have not been there. Because I have been young once too. So, I'm not going to be like, oh, I didn't, do anything that was like, that like I was always with the girl code. Because I wasn't. I was there. But I could tell you one thing. I have never blackmailed anyone. I have never intentionally went to destroy someone's happy home, break up a family. I have never now went after a man I knew he was involved in a relationship. Yes, I met a brother. I dealt with him. But it was him who was lying. And at that time, I felt like my loyalty is not to his girl. My loyalty was to me. But I didn't know that brother was in that relationship. You understand? But I would never call that woman like, oh yeah, I'm rocking with your boy. Because you have to think like, damn, I'm glad I never got hurt, yo. I'm glad no sisters ever ran up on me and hurt me behind no man. You understand? Because some women will hurt you, will kill you about their men. They don't play when it comes to their money, their men, and their children. Some of them. But you understand? You ain't going to just be hitting nobody up on no Instagram like, yo, your husband and I had this affair, and, he tried to sleep with me. He tried to sleep with me without a condom. No, girl. You will not be doing that because, some sisters will be like, okay, it's on and popping. I'm going to find out who you are and we going to settle this. And you're going to get the beat down for even calling them. You cannot be doing things like that. That ain't right. You understand? I'm just being nice about it. But you know what? I wish my sister, Sharonda, could get in and chime up on this because she need to raise you, Miss. What's your name again? Jackie Presley. You ain't right. And you just getting your 15 minutes of fame. And I know that you had no good intent when you called Dr. Gregory Lunsford's wife Quad. Because that had nothing to do with Quad. And you should not have involved her. Can you imagine the humiliation and the shame she felt? Can you imagine that? You seen that sister breaking down on TV. For what? You to have a storyline? For you to be like, your 15 minutes of fame? Like, oh, you want to be with the Board of Health now? Be out here letting people know who is like, the risk of having unprotected sex? Do not let a man... Do not put a man's DI up in your mouth. Start there. You understand? Do not put a man's DI in your mouth, girl, without a condom. That ain't your man. And even sometimes your man, you can't put his DI up in your mouth. Girl, come on. Sister Code broken.